This is Nikki,
Sydney, Carolee,
and Olivia, and we are Confused Mockingbird Productions. We are presenting a claymation of Blues Ain't No Mockingbird by Tony Cade Bambara. Blues Ain't No Mockingbird is about two men who come filming for the county, and the family who owns the land where they're filming doesn't like it very much, so the grandfather rips their camera apart. The author of the story, Tony Cade Bambara, was born in 1939 and died in 1995. She was a social activist and a writer. She started writing when she was in kindergarten, and her first story was published when she was a senior in college. Her stories are often praised for their vivid portrayals of the daily lives of African Americans in the 20th century. Blues Ain't No Mockingbird. The puddle had frozen over, and me and Kathy went stomping in it. The twins from next door, Tyrone and Terry, were swinging so high out of sight we forgot we were waiting our turn on the tire. Kathy jumped up and came down hard on her heels and started tap dancing, and the frozen patch splintering every which way kinda spooky.
looks like a plastic spider web, a sort of weird spider with many mental problems.
But really it looked like the crystal paperweight Granny kept in the parlor. She was on the back porch, Granny was, making the cakes drunk, the old ladle dipping rum into the Christmas tins, like it used to drip maple syrup into the pails when we lived in the Judson's woods, and like it poured cider into the vats when we were on Cooper Place, like it used to scoop buttermilk and soft cheese when we lived at the dairy.
Go tell that man we ain't a bunch of trees.
Ma'am?
I said go tell that man to get away from here with that camera.
Me and Kathy look over toward the meadow, where the men with the station wagon had been roaming all morning. The tall man with the huge camera, lassoed to his shoulder, was buzzing our way.
They're making movie pictures.
They're making movie pictures.
That boy don't never have anything original to say.
By the time the man with the camera had cut across our neighbor's yard, the twins were out of the tree swinging low, and Granny was out to the steps, the screen door banging soft and scratchy against her palms.
We thought we'd get a shot or two of the house and everything, and then...
Good morning.
Good morning.
His head was all down the way Bingo does when you yell at him about the bones in the kitchen floor.
Nice place you got here, Auntie. We thought we'd take,
Did you? Kathy pulled up her socks and giggled.
Nice things here.
I don't know about the thing and stuff. Just people here is what I need to consider.
Morning, ladies and gents. We're filming for the county. Mind if we shoot a bit around here?
I do indeed. The two men backed out of the yard, but you could hear the camera buzzing still.
Suppose you just shot a machine off.
No, Auntie. He pointed the thing straight at her.
Your mama and I aren't related. Listen, we'd like to have a statement from you for the film. We're filming for the county, see? Part of the food stamps campaign. You know about the food stamps? Maybe there's something you want to say for the film. I see you grow your own vegetables. If more folks did that, see, there'd be no need.
Granny wasn't saying nothing, so they backed on out. We were all waiting. Granny always got something to say.
I was on this bridge one time. Was a crowd because this man was going to jump, you understand. And a minister was there, and the police and some other folks. His woman was there too. What were they doing? Trying to talk him out of it was what they was doing. The minister talking about how it was a mortal sin, suicide. His woman talking butts on her own hand and not even knowing it. So nervous and trying and crying and talking fast. So what happened? So here it comes. This person with a camera taking pictures of the man, and the minister and the woman taking pictures of the man in his mysterious sea about to jump. 'Cause life was so bad and people been messing without him, so this person talking up the whole roll of film practically, but saving a few, of course.
Of course.
Did he jump?
Yeah, did he jump? Granny just stared at the twins till their faces swallow up the eager and they don't even care anymore about the man jumping. Then she goes back onto the porch and lets the screen door go for itself. I'm looking to Cassie to finish the story because she knows Granny's whole story before me even. I read a story once about this lady, Goldilocks, who barged into a house that wasn't even hers and not invited, you understand? Messed over the people's groceries and broke up people's furniture. Had the nerve to sleep in the folks' bed.
Then what happened? What did they do to the folks when they came into all the mess?
Did they make her pay for it? I made her pay money.
Did they throw her out?
Woulda? I would have gone upside her head with my fist and...
You would have done what you always do. Go cry to Mama, you big baby.
Naturally, Terry starts hitting on Tyrone, and the next thing you know, they go tumbling out the tire and rolling on the ground. But Granny didn't say a thing, or send the twins home, or step out onto the steps to let us know we can't afford to be fighting amongst ourselves. She didn't say nothing. So I get into the tire to take my turn. Behind me, I hear Granddaddy King coming through the woods in his field boots, his great white head not quite round because of his bloody thing high on his shoulder, like he was wearing a cap on sideways. And here comes Smiling and Camera up behind him like they was going to do something. But they just buzz on him as he stalks by with the chicken hawk slung over his shoulder, squawking, dripping red down the back of the oilskin. He nails the bird to the tool shed door, the hammering cracking through the eardrums, and the bird flapping himself and drooling down the door to paint the gravel in the driveway red, then brown and black.
Get them persons out of my flower bed. How come your grandmother always calls her husband Mr. Klein all the time?
And then this awful thing, a giant hawk, come wailing up the meadow, flying low and tilted and screaming, zigzagging through the pecan grove, breaking branches and hollering, snapping past the clothesline, flying every which way, flying into things reckless as crazy. He's came to claim his mate. The cameraman ducking and bending and running and falling. Granddaddy King straight up and silent, aiming the hammer off his wrist. The giant bird falling, silent and slow.
Good day, gentlemen.
They didn't know what to do. Granddaddy holds his hand out.
He wants to know to hand him the camera.
They start untying the straps, and they put the camera into his great hand speckled with the hawk's blood. We're filming for the county, see? We're putting together a movie for the food stamps program. Can I have my camera back? Please, sir. His other hand flies up and flaps down fast and lifts the top of the camera off. Hey, what you trying to do? You'll mess up the film.
You standing in the midst of flower bed. This is our own place.
The men walk down through the maze. There's a story I'm going to write one day about the proper use of the hammer.
Can I be in it?
Perhaps if you were ready.